you know, do we need to, we don't need to do roll call for this, do we? I'm just calling the budget hearing to,
Well, I think we'd have a roll call to show who.
okay. All right, well, I'd like to call the budget hearing, you know, at this moment, and roll call, please.
President Byrne?
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz? Aye. Williams?
Aye.
Hebda?
Aye.
Schultz?
Aye.
Markford?
Yes.
Cook?
Here and I.
Yes. Present.
We're here.
Okay, we're all here, and this is the time for the public to comment on this year's budget. Because we've already discussed it, I don't know about ad nauseum, but
No.
we did it pretty quickly because I wasn't here at the last meeting, so
It took a whole meeting
You
to
know.
do it.
probably worked out nice for everybody concerned, so,
You probably went home black and blue if you'd have been here. I've been pinching you.
okay.
Call it 3 times and then adjourn.
Apparently not.
Okay, no one would like to comment on this year's village budget? If so, I'd like to call the hearing to adjournment.
You'll close the public hearing and
Yeah, close the public hearing. Do we need roll call again? Okay.
a mo-
Voice vote.
Motion to
Yeah.
close the public hearing.
Right.
Second.
Now you can just adjourn.
Everybody indicate aye or nay if they don't want to close the, budget
Aye.
hearing.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, hearing's closed. All right. Okay, next item is, I'd like to call village board to, order roll call.
President Byrne?
Aye, here.
Trustees Hebda?
Here.
Schultz?
Here.
Markford?
Here.
Cook?
Here.
Schwartz? Williams?
Well, present.
We have a quorum present. Would everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any citizens wishing to address the board tonight? If there's any citizens that wish to address the board, you can, and if you're here for a committee of the whole segment or topic, we will, acknowledge you then, so. Okay. Next village board and committee of the whole meeting scheduled on Wednesday, April 8th.
Elections.
Yeah, okay. All right, okay, everybody concur within reason? All right, Assistant Village Manager, Joe.
Thank you, Your Honor. As you'll recall, on February 17th, the Village Board approved Ordinance 2015-10, directing the sale of a single-family residential vacant lot known as 80 Brook Hill Lane in the Stone Fence Farm subdivision. Per state statute, the village published notice of the sale of the property for 3 successive weeks in the Daily Herald. Notices were also mailed to the surrounding property owners and the Stone Fence Farm subdivision HOA. A minimum cash bid of $99,500 was required to be submitted by noon on March 13th, 2015. A total of 2 bids were submitted. The only action that will take place tonight is as follows. I'll be opening the bids and reporting the bid amounts. And 2, I'll be providing copies of the real estate contract here that the highest bidder will be required to sign in order to purchase the 80 Brook Hill Lane property. This contract was prepared by our village attorney. After this evening, I'll review the bids closely to confirm whether or not there are any contingencies or there are other aspects of the bids that might affect the degree of compliance with our notice of sale. The next step will occur at our next village board meeting on Wednesday, April 8th. I'll be presenting to the village board the name of the bidder who is deemed to be the highest responsible bidder. The village expects bidders to come to the April 8th village board meeting with a signed contract. The village board will adopt a resolution to execute the contract with the highest responsible bidder and sign the agreement that day, April 8th. Tonight, I'll be opening the bids and reporting the amounts, and circulating the real estate contract. However, no board action is required this evening. This time I'll open the bids. First bid was received from Fidelity Builders Incorporated with a bid amount of $108,005. The second and final bid was from Icon Building Group for a bid amount of $135,000. So again, this matter will be discussed at the April 8th board meeting. I do have copies of the contract and title that I'll provide to you at this time.
And, Mayor, for my part, I would recommend that both entities, if they're present tonight, take a copy of the contract and title.
Sure, oh,
Because
absolutely.
we're going to have to look
Yeah.
at the bids and see that they're compliant to
Are
determine.
there reps here tonight from? Yeah, okay.
Just one.
No. There's two right here.
No one's here from Icon?
Apparently not. Well,
Thank you.
okay. Yeah, so you'll get that to them tomorrow or whatever.
Yes.
Okay. Okey-dokey. Omnibus vote agenda. Is there a motion to approve A through K?
Second?
Motion is second. Any comments or questions? If not, roll call.
Trustees Hebda,
Aye.
Cook,
Aye.
Markort,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Schwartz. Aye. Williams.
Aye.
Motion carries. Unfinished business, approval of Kemper voucher list of bills dated March 17th, 2015, in the amount of $8,417.37. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Comments or questions? If none, roll call, please.
Trustees Hebda,
Aye.
Cook,
Aye.
Markort,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Schwartz. Abstain.
And for the record, I'd vote aye. Okay. Approval of the, motion carries. Approval of the March 3rd, 2015 Village Board meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Motion is second. Comments, questions, or corrections? If none, roll call.
Trustees Hebda,
Aye.
Cook,
Aye.
Markort,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Schwartz. Aye. Williams.
Aye.
Motion carries. C, approval and passage of Resolution 2015-030, resolution authorizing the approval of a contract agreement for the 2015 road rehabilitation project with Schroeder Asphalt Services, Inc., in an amount not to exceed $1,405,367. Is there a motion to approve?
The recommended amount on the final paragraph is 1,405,375.06.
So what I have is
It was different.
inaccurate, 376,
You have not to exceed.
okay.
Oh, not to exceed.
Oh,
Not to exceed the.
well, I said not to exceed.
I thought he said 367.
Well, 376, which not to
Yeah,
exceed would,
right. That would be fine.
yeah. It's 90% more.
Is that like a dollar bet or something?
No, I thought you said
94.
67,
So
not
the pot's
76.
right at 736?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Deal.
Roll
Actually,
call.
it's 3706.
Okay, pardon me. Well, I should have
There-
said
is there a
cents and
motion?
zero
I didn't
There
cents.
you go.
That might have made
Motion
it
to approve.
more understandable.
Second? I don't know.
Second.
There's a motion and a
Case.
second. Any comments or questions? If none, roll call.
Trustees Hebda,
Aye.
Cook,
Aye.
Markwart,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Schwartz. Williams.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Okay. We got any new business or communications to come before the board? Nothing? Oh, Cindy Moore? Yeah. Okay. Well, okay, that's appropriate, obviously. Cindy Moore, who Dan Moore, her husband, and Anne Marie, their daughter, are longtime residents of Vernon Hills. Cindy Moore served, at least to my knowledge, 2 or 3 terms on the Vernon Hills Park District Board. She passed away, I believe it was on Friday. There'll be a visitation at Kristen Funeral Home in Mundelein, followed by, I believe, a service right there at 12:30. And, our deepest sympathy goes out to Dan and Anne Marie and Cindy's grandson. So, God rest her soul.
Amen.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? No?
Executive session. Real
Yeah,
quick,
the executive session, we have to go in there to do
personnel.
personnel. Is that it? Just personnel?
Yep.
Nobody's threat?
And a pending litigation.
I knew.
Pending litigation. Okay, yeah. That's the part the lawyers really like, the pending litigation, so. Okay, I'm only kidding. All right, with that said, is there a motion to adjourn the board meeting and go to committee of the whole?
So made.
Second?
Motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Trustees Hebda,
Aye.
Cook,
Aye.
Markwart,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Schwartz. Williams.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay. Flip jab here. Okay. First item is approval of committee of the whole meeting minutes of March 3rd, 2015.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Comments, questions, corrections? If none, roll call.
Trustees Cook,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Hebda,
Aye.
Markwart,
Aye.
Schwartz.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, second item, College of Lake County. Is there anybody here from the College of Lake County? Okay, you want to come on up?
They moved again. Jeez.
You know. I assume you're in a friendly house because we're all public servants, right? And you want to state your name?
My name is Greg Evans. I'm the Director of Facilities for the College of Lake County.
Sure.
Dorothy McCarty, I am the Program Manager for their Master Plan projects.
Okay,
And Frank Corello, Project Manager with Leggett Architects for the architects.
okay, well, welcome. All right. Is this yours, Joe?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I can provide a brief summary if you'd like. They appeared before the Planning and Zoning Commission on February 25th to present their proposal to construct a chemistry lab addition at the South Lake campus at 1120 South Milwaukee. As you may recall, in 2012, a text amendment to the zoning code in the Public and Institutional Building District required any public institutional building to require a special use permit for that construction. This resulted this recent proposal to require a special use permit, which is before you today. The chemistry lab building addition is approximately 2,500 square feet and is of architectural design identical to the main campus building. The material sample board that's before you identifies that and is actually inducive of other campus buildings as part of the College of Lake County. They do require 3 variations, 2 being side yard setback and a landscape buffer along Port Clinton Road. However, this is in keeping with the existing building and its adjacent setback. Notices were sent out to the property owners. However, no individuals attended the meeting from the public, and the Planning and Zoning Commission did unanimously recommend approval, subject to several conditions as well as the variations as presented in your packet. Petitioners are here tonight. If the Committee of the Whole feels that the request is appropriate, it is recommended that staff be directed to prepare the necessary ordinance granting approval to the following. Approval of the special use permit to allow the expansion of a school with certain variations, including side yard and landscape setback requirements and chimney screening. 2 preliminary and final site landscaping plan approvals. 3 preliminary and final approval of architectural elevations. The approvals would be subject to compliance with the conditions listed above.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any comments or questions from the board on this, or trustee Cook?
Well, it's a nice expansion to the current building and that, and it's nice to see that the classes are continuing to, grow in number of classes at this campus. So when this campus was first acquired here, it was one of our cornerstones for that particular part of town, and it's nice to see that it's continuing to expand and continuing to grow, and just a great thing. So I'll make a motion to direct staff to prepare what Joe said, subject to the conditions.
Second.
So there's a motion and a second. Any further comments or questions? Okay, so the orientation of the building is where in perspective to the existing new addition versus the house?
It is to the southwest.
Okay, southwest.
So if we're looking at the rendering we have on the board, Port Clinton Road, you'd be standing on Port Clinton Road, looking north.
And then the building is,
This addition portion in the front, foreground right here.
so that'll be closer to Port Clinton
That's correct. It
Basically
aligns,
south of the existing.
with the existing
it
building.
aligns with the older building just off of Port Clinton.
Yeah, okay. And what's the height?
Offhand, I want to say at the,
It's 28 feet.
yeah, the peak of the screen there.
What is it?
28 feet.
Yeah, okay, all right.
And it will have the same
Yeah, obviously.
facade bricking that the
Right.
rest of the campus has. That'll be great. Ties in nicely.
Okay,
Such a
there's
nice
there's
little
a
campus.
motion and a second. If there's no further comments or questions from the
There are.
board.
Oh,
Trustee Schultz.
Any additional discussion that you've had concerning redoing the facade of the existing building to bring it in alignment with the new design features here that are replicating the new building?
Not at this time, not in this budget. Our current master plan project does not have the funding for that. The college has talked about that. So it's on our minds, but it's not in our current plan.
So you're talking about the original building out there?
yeah.
Right, because it looks like a sore thumb. It looks like a hodgepodge. You've got 2 modern, sleek structures, and then the original building, which does not fit in at all. And I was just curious why they hadn't.
What was
budgeted.
the original building?
Wasn't anything. They built it.
Professional building.
Yeah,
It was professional office.
Medical
Yeah,
office.
medical office.
Right.
And they
Oh,
purchased it.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah, sorry, the other part.
Well, and maybe if you recall, as a part of the planning process that we went through, where the lab was going to be a pivot point for the building in such a way that they were going to leave that north building and then they were going to build one that would be parallel with the road, and that original building was to be demolished at some point.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that was the
well-
planning that went on 10 years ago.
Right.
A long time ago.
Are there
Yeah.
administrative offices in there of some sort in the old building?
That's classrooms, still classrooms.
Oh, okay. Is there connectivity to the,
Yes.
okay. well, that's fine. And the structure's still sound, right? How old is that, 40 years old?
Before my time.
At least, yeah, but before my time as well.
Because you're not
know that.
40 yet, is that why you said that, or,
Really?
you know?
That building
Come
was
on,
there when I moved in
hey,
town.
hey, lighten up, okay?
It was not there.
All right, okay. All right, so we got the motion, the second, now we need a roll call.
Trustees Cook,
Aye.
Schultz,
I'm not pleased with the fact that you didn't update that and really make that a stellar piece of architecture. So therefore, I'm going to vote no.
Williams,
Aye.
Hebda,
Aye.
Marport,
Aye.
Schwartz.
Aye.
For the record, I'd vote aye.
I don't remember that building being there when I moved in town, and that was in 77.
Okay, well, motion approved.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
what-
not there.
All right, so it's 40 years ago?
37.
Well, I've been in town. Hey, Bart,
We moved
I've
in
been
the
in town
same year.
37, baby.
Exactly.
I mean, Trustee Williams? Okay, 74?
77.
Oh, Christ, I've been here longer.
When do you
No,
plan to
Well,
start,
in any event, you go ahead.
when do you
Trustee
plan to
Hebda.
start work, or when do you plan to start construction?
RFPs will be released tomorrow.
Okay.
That was waiting on your vote.
On our approval, okay.
Your construction, it starts in
May 1st is scheduled.
And and when do you think it'll be completed by? Or- January, okay.
Really?
So you could actually have classes start January of 2016 in the spring.
All right.
Nice. That's what you're,
Okay.
thank you.
Welcome again, or go forward.
Oh, exactly.
you.
It's a beautiful campus,
It is.
and I'm so happy to have it in town. It's really
Yeah.
nice.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da. What is this thing? Oh, I got
I'm
that.
excited for that.
Fantasy amusement.
What's next?
Fantasy amusement.
I just spun something off in front of me.
Yes,
Oh, there it
Hawthorne Mall.
is. Request by Fantasy Amusement Company to operate an outdoor special event at Westfield Hawthorne Mall. And this is the,
Mr. Mayor, thank you. This is the same carnival that's been at the mall over the past years. It'll be at the same location as it was last year. It'll be on the Sears parking lot adjacent to Milwaukee Avenue,
Yeah.
near the access drive by Denny's. This year's event would start on Thursday, June 11th, and run through Sunday, June 14th. The hours would be the same as past years. On Thursday, it would be from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Friday, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday, 2 to 11 p.m. And then finally on Sunday, 2 to 10 p.m. Attached to your packet is the special event application, along with a site plan showing the exact location. And for tonight's meeting, if the committee feels that the temporary use is appropriate, staff should be directed to prepare a resolution approving the special event, subject to the conditions that are outlined in your packet. And a representative of Fantasy Amusements is here to answer any questions you may have.
okay, you want to identify yourself, please?
Sure, my name is Sandy Rothstein. I'm the office manager for Fantasy Amusement.
Okay, and where are they located?
Arlington Heights?
Okay. Any, Trustee Cook?
Anything different from previous years?
No.
A motion to direct staff to prepare the resolution?
Second.
Motion and second, Trustee Williams?
Chief, have we had any problems over there during this event?
None whatsoever.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments or questions? If not, roll call.
Trustees Cook,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Hebda,
Aye.
Marport,
Aye.
Schwartz.
Aye.
Motion carries. Welcome
Again.
to another year.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. We have Request from Use Mandarin for approval of facade renovation at 4 East Phillips Road. What is this, the old Silk Mandarin?
Yes, it is, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
And representatives are coming up now. I can give you a brief summary. They're requesting approval of a facade renovation. And as a little background, this is the same used Mandarin that's operated for the last several years out of Schaumburg. They've also opened up a second location in Westmont. For this project, the facade renovation will include removal of the existing wood and stone exterior, and that would be replaced with a synthetic stucco using a combination of maroon and gray colors, and that's shown on the screen in front of you. Existing parapet walls over portions of the building would be raised. Over the main entrance, and that's on the west elevation, that would be raised to a height of 26.83 feet. And in various other locations, the parapet would be raised to a height of 17.5 feet above grade. There'd also be decorative tiles. You can see that around the main entry and also under the existing windows. There would be a wood pergola installed on the north elevation over the existing patio area. And finally, there'd be aluminum railings that would be installed around that patio area. The proposed wall signs are not shown. However, please note, Use Mandarin has been advised that all signs must fully comply with the sign code, and those will be permitted. Please also note that as a condition of approval, Use has agreed to restore the landscaping and repair the parking and walking surfaces on the site in accordance with village requirements. And that would be made a condition of the ordinance that would approve the facade renovation. Again, a copy of the color renderings are before you. And if the committee feels the facade renovation is appropriate, staff should be directed to prepare an ordinance approving the exterior changes subject to the conditions that are outlined in your packet. And again, representatives of Use Mandarin Restaurant are here to answer any questions that you may have.
Trustee Cook.
Several things. First of all, what's your timetable? Do you have a timetable for?
My name is Tom Buckley. I'm the architect. Contractors here and the owners here as well. There has been a plan review already received, and I suspect we'll act on that plan review relatively quickly, depending on tonight. And as soon as permits issued, the contractor is ready to start. There's been some water damage inside. There's going to be some new kitchen equipment. New booths have been ordered. And I'm not sure of the timing of all this. Do you have an open date that you're working towards?
My name is Sean Hong. I'm the owner of Use Mandarin. If we get the permit allowed to start remodel, then our contractor says it take 2 months to finish the job, and that we need a couple of weeks for the other preparations. So we're looking for 3 months after we started.
So you own the building?
Yeah.
Or are you leasing?
Yeah, we bought a building September of last year.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
you'll eventually be coming back then, probably looking for a liquor license as well, I would imagine?
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Yeah, we will.
I was looking over the plans this afternoon and had a number of people that I know were there with me when I was looking at it, and all the comments were very good about liking the upgrade to this, and it looks very nice.
Trustee Williams.
Is the work that somebody's doing in there due to the water damage? Is that what's going on?
My name is David Lee. I'm the project manager at the restoration company. So I'm working with the water damage.
The problems, so to speak. Okay. Thank you.
Trustee Schultz.
Just a quick question. This motif here, is this similar, the colors and everything, to the existing used Mandarin? In other words, is this, you trying to establish a brand with these colors?
Quite different, actually.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
The used Mandarin in Schaumburg is really in a strip mall, and doesn't have much of a facade. As we're putting our own little mark on this one.
What about Westmont?
That's at least the facility, so we're not allowed to do much with this.
Yeah. So what is this? Drive it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that allowed?
I guess.
If the board approves it, it's allowed. There's,
Well,
But, no.
there's nothing in the ordinance that specifically
so is,
prohibits it.
well, I mean, but specifically, that we won't have any water problems?
Oh, I understand. Yeah, what they will be required to do is the most current installation requirements by Drive-It, which is a drainable system.
Right.
What's been learned through the years is Drive-It is not completely impervious and water can penetrate it.
Right.
So there's a material that's installed behind the Drive-It that allows the water that infiltrates the material to drain out, similar to brick veneer construction, and then out weep holes at the top of the foundation. They'll be required to follow that standard.
Yeah, and water came from the roof actually. So
What's that?
water came from the roof, so we already replaced the roof at the damaged part. So
Was there any existing Drive-It on this building?
no.
Okay. And so, but you'll be using it above windows,
Yes. Correct.
right?
Yes.
Okay. So what's a J channel?
For the
When it comes to,
Oh, the J channel will, when the water comes down, the J channel will basically gutter the water away and around the window so it
Right.
doesn't penetrate the windows.
Okay.
And the same for door openings.
all right, fine.
As Trustee Marco said, it's basically a gutter.
That's
The
correct.
J channel, yeah, well, I'm just saying, we don't want you to have headaches, you know?
Right.
I mean, it's not Florida or Texas, so, because we freeze here, you know?
Exactly.
Okay. All right, is there a motion to approve or direct board to produce the,
Direct staff to prepare an ordinance
The
approving
ord-
the facade renovations in
Yeah.
accordance with the conditions outlined in your
So
plan.
maybe.
Second.
okay, motion is second, roll call.
Trustees Cook,
Aye?
Schultz,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Hebda,
Aye.
Markwart,
Aye.
Schwartz.
Aye.
Motion carries. Welcome to town.
Thank you very much.
Be, very nice to see this space
Yeah.
back up and.
Now, and what's your specialty, or what is your niche cuisine?
Right.
What's your signature dish?
Actually, we have a menu in our menu, but we sell noodle dishes is one of the most popular dishes, homemade noodles, and we also have noodle show in Schaumburg every weekend. Hopefully we can bring in here in Vernon Hills.
A show.
Yeah, so you will see our chefs make the dal straight into noodles.
Okay.
So we can,
All right, well, welcome to town.
thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
To you.
All right, what else we got?
My thing isn't working properly.
Police Department renovation, bid review and consideration. Have you talked to everybody 2-on-2?
Yes, sir.
Is there any resistance?
We received the same feedback from everyone sitting on the
So
dais.
there's no issue with the extra 200,000?
We have not, no.
Well then, okay,
We were creative.
so can we just,
Can I, yeah, well, if,
you want to show pictures, or
well, if
you
it,
want to have a speaking part?
no, sir, that's not
You
necessary.
know, I mean, do we need
Just gonna ask for
to,
the bottom line.
Motion to direct staff to prepare the necessary paperwork, be it ordinance or otherwise, to proceed with the construction at the new number, which is?
not to exceed 3.7,
Yeah, and this will be directing, so we can prepare a resolution authorizing MTI to enter into contracts with the individual subcontractors for a total amount not to exceed $3,717,877.
was the
That
first,
was my motion.
is there a second?
Second.
First and second agreed?
Second.
Second.
Okay, any comments or questions? Trustee Cook?
Yeah, just a quick, I mean, in going over it, there's no fluff. It's, you guys have done a pretty good job of
And we
of keeping
made
it
sure all
a
the
fairly
fluff was
tight
gone.
thing. What's that?
We made sure all the
Yeah,
fluff was
yeah,
gone.
and the things that we're looking at being cut to get down to budget were things that were, really would have been penny wise and dollar foolish to cut them. It just, yeah, I mean, it just made more sense to have some of the things back in there to
Right.
make this a good building,
Yeah,
so.
the
Staff is
exterior of the existing building is tired.
Yeah.
And it definitely needs the facelift.
Yeah.
And
So,
so that couldn't be.
not a problem.
So in essence, everybody's in agreement to change the color from teal?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's Dave's
I was
job.
really looking to keep that color. How about
Yeah, have that green, no,
That's not
thank you.
teal,
No.
honey, I hate to tell you.
You know, in reflecting, having been down south, that's an appropriate
Probably,
color for a beach community.
yes.
Or an Art Deco building, of which this is not. This is a modernistic building.
Okay. All right, so, okay, we got a motion and a second, right?
Yes.
Okay, roll call.
Trustees Cook,
Aye?
Schultz,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Hebda,
Aye.
Markwart,
Aye.
Schwartz.
Aye.
For the record, I'd vote aye.
Real quick, if I may, the resolution will be on the omnibus agenda for April 8th. The contractor would like, with the board's concurrence, would like to start staging and getting things set up as early as March 24th. So if the board doesn't have any issue with that, then we'd like to begin
As
that.
long as it's not before 7 o'clock in the morning.
It will not be before 7 o'clock.
Would
So
you
unless
like
anyone
a-
has an
Would
objection.
you like a resolution to that effect?
Just a general concurrence is fine, if I don't hear otherwise.
Is there general concurrence?
Yes.
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 Jean?
Yes.
Okay. All right,
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you very much for your support.
Thank you.
Okay, chief, you
You
know,
guys did a great job, seriously. The staff did a fantastic job on going
Thank you.
back through this and making sure we had the funds.
And honestly, we could not have done this without Mike Atkinson. I can't pat him on the back
Exactly.
enough. And Dave Brown and his crew have really helped out.
Yes.
But Mike has really carried the workload on this. So thanks to everyone.
now, yeah, I'm not gonna bring, is the, you know, shooting range, does they need any improvements in this, or
No.
It does not, I'm sorry,
No,
go
sir,
ahead.
it's not being touched.
But doesn't need any.
what it does?
No.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
It's up to certain standards?
Yes, sir.
And that are
Yes, sir. We've
acceptable?
recently, as recently as a couple of years ago, upgraded the filters. We've had it checked by OSHA.
Okay.
We've had it checked by the Department of Public Health. They've done their airflow studies, were great. And for the most part, we use lead-free ammunition.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
so we're in great shape.
okay. All right, next is the,
Thank you.
Social service.
Social Services Grants, 2015, 2016. And they all look kind of close, right? Right? Okay, we have questions abounding here. I'll ask trustee Hebda.
I'm just going to bring to the board's attention, we've done this for many years, and Lynn Deanna has been very helpful, so thank you, Lynn, for
Yeah.
gathering all of these requests. So basically, I think what we've typically budgeted, and correct me, Nikki or Larry if we're wrong, about 30,000, but we came in at 28,000. I know that trustee Cook had a question regarding the the University of Illinois Lake County Extension, and looking at their grant request, a lot of their courses are held down here at Hawthorne Lakes and the Park District, so they may be using some of that too. So I know we've only given them, they asked for 1,000, we give 500, so, but, and the other issue is Spay and Stay declined any grant monies because they still have some left from last year. Yeah.
Who is that, Cindy?
Spade and Stay,
Okay,
so,
Bands. Oh, yeah.
for the poochers.
for the pooch.
Pooches, well, and
Actually,
meow meow.
more cats.
Or
I think.
cats,
A meow
probably,
and
right.
And a bow wow and a meow meow, right.
Yeah. We've had a history.
Okay, well, all right.
Throw them away.
Well, so trustee Schultz,
I'm inclined to not give more than the 500 that we have in
Right.
the past to Lake County Extension, so that would reduce the overall budget by 500. I'm also looking at Fresh Start of Illinois, the not-for-profit. The economy is better. I think the 1,000 that we gave them last year is a good enough number, so that would reduce it by another 500, so that I'm looking at 29,000 as a total number from my point of view.
Mhm.
He was looking at Fresh Start. Instead of 15, it would be.
And the only other one that's getting more would be Serenity House. They're getting an additional 500, but then again, I'm biased with that. That's near and dear to my heart, so.
But they're asking for the same amount.
Okay. Trustee Cook?
Well, Trustee Hebda answered part of my question about what
they do.
Lake County Extension does for us. And I also wanted to make note of the fact that Spain State, they do get involved in the community more than I had known. Recently, we hosted, well, I shouldn't say we, the North Hawthorne North Volleyball Program hosted a fundraiser tournament for an excellent charity, and sent out requests for people to sponsor a court. And they were one of the people that came in and did it so they could pick up some publicity and that stuff. And also
Which one is this?
Spain State. So
Okay.
I agree. I think we should, if they come to us later.
Next year.
Yeah, we can add something back.
Well, no, they are looking for 1,000 this year. They declined to request last year.
Right.
So they
Well, you
are
wanna
looking
put
for
the
the 1,000,
1,000 in?
so.
Well, it's already in there.
It's already in.
It's already in.
It's already in.
Yeah.
Under the
And-
request
yeah.
line.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, okay.
So I'm fine with that.
Yeah, sure. Trustee Williams?
Well, I want to preference my comment with, I'm not against the Girl Scouts. My daughter was a scout, so I don't have any problems with that. But is there a Boy Scout similar branch somewhere around?
This is
You guys
the-
with boys
this
will
is
have
the
to answer.
mother-
I don't know.
273, I
Well, I
know
don't mean-
they park their trailers by your church.
Yeah, they use the church, right, there's a bunch of them that do.
This is the mother.
Yeah.
I don't-
Scouts.
This
this is the
donation here is to the mothership of the Girl Scouts. It's the regional organization that promotes Girl Scouting in this area, in particular Lake County, and I think it even
Also
goes
says
further.
Northern
'cause-
Indiana.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
the
that's-
region is large, but there's various blocks of it, and the building over in Continental Executive Park
Right.
is a part of the region. It's not.
Well, and I think they reach out, or they have their tentacles into, kids that are kind of at risk,
Right.
Right.
and this might be a very nice outlet for them.
And the Boy Scouts operate more independently. There's not an overarching, there is an overarching national organization,
Yeah.
but not necessarily from a financial standpoint, but more from an
There's
organizational.
the scout, there's the
Yeah,
girls.
because each of the Girl Scouts are really independent. They don't associate with Christian or secular, or religious organizations as the Boy Scouts do. The Boy Scouts have a little more.
Local support shows.
Yeah, and they're more affiliated with religious organizations as opposed to the Girl Scouts. It's a little more secular.
Girl Scouts are more like Keebler.
All right, so who's keeping tally here?
It's 29, right? It's the new.
29.
We're still at 29?
Yeah,
We're
we're still
29.
at
Right.
All right. Well, does anybody else want to comment on these grants?
I do have one additional, the
Yeah.
last line here.
Yeah,
Last year, we gave 14,000 to Omni Youth,
yeah.
and he left. I
the
turned
chief?
around and he's gone.
He's gone.
Well, we need him back, so.
I think well, I can't answer him because I don't.
Off the record, did the chief go to,
No, his stuff is,
oh, he's out there,
He's here.
he's got the,
He's in the lobby talking to
He's out giving a car that's parked in the driveway.
in the
here,
driveway.
What
is
were
this,
were you waiting for the valet?
Sorry,
No, I was getting ready to valet everyone's car for
There you
them.
go,
You're gonna
thanks.
personally valet your car? Okay.
Absolutely.
last year,
All right.
we contributed 14,000 to Omni. This year, they're requested 12,500.
You know, they provide one of the more useful services, and one of the services that we use more than anything else.
Right.
Should we keep them at last year's?
I would keep them at last year's if you can.
All right, well then.
Well, we just saved it from the.
All right, so should we add that into the 29,000?
No, that's separate, because that comes from.
It's a separate entity.
Right,
Yeah.
the different,
different
so that's 14,000 there.
Yeah.
So that basically, what Larry and/or Nikki provided on this spreadsheet was a total of 42.5. We're at 42.5, right? No.
No.
They're two-thirds.
29.
We're 29.
We're at
Yeah, I know,
32,000.
Yeah,
But if
33.
you're looking at it, you know,
43 total.
No.
where am I?
Everybody's
3, 4, 43K.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
43
43
Yeah.
total,
What's
yeah,
the-
yeah.
But 29 and 14, two separate.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
right, 28.5.
All right, so we need a motion to approve
Well,
28.5? No.
No, we took off 1,500, so that's got to get us to 28.5.
1,000.
Right. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
29.
sorry, we took off 1,000.
$1,000.
I'm sorry.
That
took
puts us at
1,000 off.
29.
Ask Larry.
You know, we, basically all we did, we subtracted 500 from Fresh Start and 500 from the
Correct.
first.
1,000.
29,000.
There you go, taking
Oh, I
30
see what
down
you're
to
saying.
29.
Right. This is what we were at, right.
So
Fives.
29,000 and 14,000 equals 43,000
Yes, sir.
on the
Yes.
motion.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Who's got the motion?
I do.
Second.
Seconded.
There's a motion and a second. Any further comments or questions? If not, roll call, please.
Trustees Cook,
Aye?
Schultz,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Hebda,
Aye.
Markwart,
Aye.
Schwartz.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Just so you're aware, we will adjust the budget to reflect these numbers,
Yes.
so it will go up slightly.
Okay, is there a motion to adjourn and go into closed session and not come out to discuss any further village
moved.
business?
Second.
Motion and a second, roll call, please.
Trustees Hebda,
Aye.
Cook,
Aye?
Markwart,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Schwartz,
Aye.
Williams.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you and good night. You don't.